It's FYF Sportsman. It's Lamont. We back with another podcast episode. We got a lot to cover today. We got our primary story. We got to talk about Kyrie Irving, and then we're just going to touch on a lot of just the kind of everyday news that's going on in the NBA. May touch on some other sports as well. But before we get started with the video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to the video if you have not done so already. Again, we are grinding, as I say in every video. We are getting closer and closer to 20K subscribers. Again, it's been rough. I mean, I thought we would have already been at 20K thus far. I mean, even though we are a new channel and getting to this, getting to 20K subscribers in such a little amount of time is extremely rare. We got high expectations for FYF Sports. So, as we continue to grind, we're going to continue to go live, drop podcast videos and reactions, all of that good stuff. All we ask is that you guys support to the channel with likes, by commenting, subscribing, and for the few out there that would love to do so, you can also donate to the platform as well. But today we got to talk about Kyrie Irving. That's going to be the primary story today. Kyrie Irving's back in the news. And as usual, Kyrie Irving back in the news for the wrong reasons. Just a couple days ago, Kyrie Irving opted out of the NBA Media Day and issued a statement. He issued a statement that just simply stated, my goal for this season is to let my work on and off the court speak for itself. That's it. That's all. In media day in sports, whether it's college sports, whether it's semi-pro, whether it's professional, media day is a big day for all sports. I don't care what sport you're playing. This is how you jumpstart the season. And one of the reasons the NBA has media day, and one of the reasons that all sports, whether it's college basketball, football, baseball, one of the reasons why they have media day is for fan engagement. Question and answer with reporters. They can ask some of those questions that they probably generally won't get around to asking once the season kicks off. Just another way for the NBA to market itself, for players to put themselves out there, even enhance their own brands. This is all on top of the fact that dealing with the media as an athlete, as a professional player, you're contractually obligated to do so. So it seems as if, once again, Kyrie Irving has found a way to tick off Stephen A. Smith. And what we're going to do is we're just going to break down the video with regards to Stephen A. Smith has to say about this particular issue. Again, I don't want to jump down Kyrie Irving's. I don't want to get on him right now too soon, too fast. He may have some other reasons that I haven't heard yet. But I do want to hear Stephen A. Smith's reaction. Obviously, he's part of the media, along with Max Kellerman. They're all part of the media. They're all part of the group or organization that's going to take place in a lot of this fanfare. And because of that, obviously, not just Stephen A. Smith, but a lot of media members were upset because Kyrie Irving decided to skip on media day. But let's go ahead and get straight to the video. See what Stephen A. has to say. And as we always do when we go to the video, we're going to play the video. We're going to come back. We're going to chop it up and talk about it. And once we're done with that, we're going to run down a quick list of some NBA news and notes just to kind of get you guys caught up with what's going on in the NBA season thus far. But let's go ahead and get to this video.
To answer the question directly, Molly and Max, Kyrie Irving should not be forced to engage with the media. He doesn't want to talk to the media, fine. We won't miss him. But here's the reality. He should be fined every damn day he doesn't talk, because you signed a contractual agreement. It comes along with your contract as an NBA player. This notion that you just get to go out on the basketball court and play, but you don't answer questions, you don't talk to the media, whatever. Understand what the media is. The media is a conduit to assist the NBA and its players in promoting its brand. That way it facilitates you generating more revenue so guys like Kyrie can get paid $33.4 million this year, $35 million next season, and then a player option to pay him $36.6 million in 22-23, even though you fresh over playing 20 games last season. Okay, that's the situation with Kyrie Irving that everybody needs to address. The bottom line is this: Kyrie Irving, as you said, Max, comes across looking. I'm not going to talk about what he is, because I actually think he's a good guy. I actually think his heart is in the right place. But I think he's immature. I think that he's occasionally selfish. And I think at this particular moment in time, he comes off as a damn snob. He thinks people are beneath him and he's above it. He looks at the media as being inauthentic. That's what he thinks about the media. You know, everything that has happened to Kyrie Irving, that Kyrie Irving has self-inflicted, go back and look at the tapes. Quote him. It's always the media. Always. You got something to say about LeBron? It's the media. You got something to say about your time in Boston? It's the media. You got something to say about wanting to move on? It's the media. You're in Brooklyn. Nobody has thought about you since the spring. You haven't played. The season was halted. You wasn't playing before then. You had shoulder surgery. You come in and then you're not even participating in the bubble because you're recuperating from your right shoulder. And still, you wanted to sit up there and implement yourself in the proceedings by talking about how the game should not be played. You weren't playing anyway, while collecting $33 million. But you had something to say. And then when people responded, it's the media. You go on Kevin Durant's podcast and literally state, which we'll get into later, but literally state that, you know what? I mean, you're the first guy that I looked at and I said, hey, I trust you to make the last shot. And the media made up that LeBron might have a problem with that. Damn, you was taking a shot at LeBron. And you go on social media and literally state, hey, well, you know what? If I had something to say about him, I would say their name. Like, how dare us connect the dots and say 1 + 1 = 2? You won a championship with a brother in 2016. Far be it for us to come to the conclusion that, oh my God, you might have been talking about LeBron. Who else did you play with? Jason Tatum? Jaylen Brown? That's who you were talking about? Not LeBron, who you won a chip with? Who happens to be the greatest player in the world for the past decade? In Kyrie's world, it's always us. It's never him. No matter what he says, no matter who he says it to, no matter what. Hey, Max, you brought up, I tried to stop you from condemning him for talking about how the world was flat. The earth was flat. Okay? Guess what? That was you, Max. That wasn't him, Max. That was you. That was you, Max. It was your fault. It was your fault that Kyrie said that, Max. You put those words into his mouth. You forced him to articulate and disseminate that message to the world. You did that, Max. It's never Kyrie until he sits back, takes a deep breath, pauses, and says, hey, you know what? As I reflect upon these things, I may have made a mistake here or there. You know, I gotta be better than that. This young kid's watching. As you reflect. But in the moment, one moment, after another moment, after another moment, after another moment, it's always somebody else. So my response in closing is this. If he doesn't speak, fine. We won't miss him. Show up on the court at the Barclays Center.
Devil's advocate.
Put on the show that you can put on, because he is a sensational showstopper player. But if he doesn't want to talk, fine.
Yeah,
just
one of my
remind him,
favorites to watch.
you're the NBA, of his contractual obligation, and find his ass every day he doesn't talk, because that comes along with your contract. Other than that, it's none of our business. Thanks for watching ESPN.
Hey, there we have it right there, man. Stephen A. Smith, not extremely happy with Kyrie Irving's decision to skip out on media day. But in all fairness, to come to Stephen A. Smith's defense, I mean, although it did seem like he came off a bit aggressive and upset with Kyrie Irving, the fact remains is that he's actually right. And again, You know, if you're just a casual fan, you know, maybe you say, what's the big deal? But if you play, like I said, if you played in any level of sports that's considered high level, D2, D1, semi-pro, professional basketball, the one thing that you learn very quickly is that media day is extremely important for teams, and media day is mandatory. When you're in college, you don't really have a choice to skip out on media day. You just have to go. It is big for the marketing of the school. It's a good way to jumpstart the season. It's a good way to get a lot of questions answered and out of the way. And schools love to take advantage of media day. If we're not talking about the college ranks and we're talking about the professional ranks, the media day is just as valuable. It's all a part of it's all a way to market the team. It's all a way to get questions answered. I mean, and again, with regards to Kyrie Irving, there are going to be a lot of questions. Reporters probably had pages and pages of questions for him going into next season. Is he healthy? Not only is he healthy, is he mentally ready to go? Is he, if not mentally ready to go, what have you been doing all year to get prepared? What are your thoughts on if the NBA's fulfilled their end of addressing some of these social issues that you were so eloquently complaining about prior to the NBA bubble? These are all questions that you can just get out the way now so that reporters aren't repeating these same questions over and over once the season starts. And there's definitely questions that I don't want to hear over and over. But I think as a professional athlete, especially, it's your contractual duty to make sure that you're a part of media day. That's just part of your job. It's part of the contract. And for Kyrie Irving to skip out on it, again, that just tells me a lot about his character. And not really just his character. It's just the fact that media day's for the fans. This is for some people. This is the closest that they can maybe interact with Kyrie Irving on a personal level. And he just, obviously he's been in the league for a while. I don't give him many passes. I know he really understands what media day is for. So I think similar with James Harden, there's a sense of entitlement. And just to be blunt, I honestly don't think he actually cares about the media or the people that actually rely on that media to get relevant and realistic sports talk. So again, you guys, let me know what you think about that in the chat, man. If you're watching this live premiere right now, let me know what you think about this in the chat. Is everybody making a big deal about him skipping out on media day? If you played high level sports, you probably not one of those people trying to diminish this as if it's not anything. Because again, if you played at any level higher than D2 basketball, you know the importance of media day. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get to NBA news and updates. And we're going to get to these NBA news and updates, man, with regards to the NBA. Again, we're just doing a quick rundown. We're not going to spend too much time on each story. We're just going to we're just going to be shooting these news, these news reports at you rapid fire. And then as the week wanes on, if any of these stories blow up or become bigger, then obviously we'll address them. But we're just going to start with obviously trade rumors. We got some dark horse spots for James Harden to land. It has came out that he wants to potentially get traded. The 76ers are a potential destination. The Brooklyn Nets are another destination. At this point in time, I don't see James Harden getting traded for anybody right now. What else do we have here? Portland Trail Blazer power forward Caleb Swanigan he's unsigned and he is likely out of the league. And this guy Caleb Swanigan, I'm a Purdue guy myself. Caleb Swanigan from Fort Wayne also went to Purdue University, and again, he's another player. I mean, if you guys don't know Caleb Swanigan, I mean, he's just another guy that is a great basketball player playing in the wrong era. He's more so a heavier built guy, undersized, 6'7", 6'8". Great hands, great instinct for the ball, great, great ability to finish around the rim. But with him being a non-athletic power forward that struggles on the defensive end, undersized, there was just really nothing in his favor, from my point of view, that would have coerced the Portland Trailblazers into re-signing him or offering him another contract. So, again, I hate to see my man out the league, but I had a sense that this day was coming, similar to a few other guys that I know that probably didn't get a fair shake at the NBA. What else do we have here? The news. We got news from the Celtics, Boston Celtics, man. A couple of news stories with the Celtics. The Celtics are hoping that Robert Williams takes a bigger leap this year. It's gonna be kind of tough for him to get minutes in to do that when you have a Tristan Thompson and when you have a Daniel Tice. Those guys are going to take the boatload of the minutes. So unless this guy can come in immediately and give some ultra flexibility, then I don't see how this guy can fit in with that Celtic roster, or at least be a viable piece in I would say in the top 10 of that rotation. Now the Celtics do love their new draft pick. It has come out of the Celtics camp that they do love their new draft pick, Aaron Nesmith. They said he's made a very positive impression on Brad Stevens. I like that. Now again, this guy's 6'10", can defend in the interior. The best thing about this guy is that he was the best 3-point shooter in the draft at 6'10", I think that's something that the Celtics could use, another 3-and-D type guy who's probably going to play more so at the 4 position than anything. That's definitely what they could have used, but I would like to see him in the rotation early. I can't wait till preseason basketball starts, and it is probably going to give us a glimpse of what these guys can do on the court, even though some of the lineups that we see are not going to be very realistic. What else do we have here? Houston Rockets. It says the Houston Rockets want an all-star player, young prospects, and future first-round pick. So I guess to get James Harden, you're going to have to give up everything. You're going to have to give up your current star. You're going to have to give up your future talent, and you're going to have to give up a draft pick. I understand why they're asking for that, but at the end of the day, that's one of the things that's going to make him essentially untradeable. What else do we have? Killian Hayes, he's set to start at point guard for the Detroit Pistons. I kind of figured that as well. You have nothing to lose, but they did move Derrick Rose to the bench. So I'm curious to see how Derrick Rose reacts to getting moved to the bench. Now, based from what I've seen so far, it looks like he's in good spirits. Looks like he's perfectly fine with what's going on. But you never know with these NBA players. Maybe he's just saving face. Maybe he's just doing that just so he can get an opportunity somewhere else. But you never know. The Thunder look to plan to hold on to Al Horford's contract. I kind of figured that. But you know what? With regards to news and notes, it looks like everything else is a bit outdated. Those are the most updated news, notes, and reports. And again, the NBA is back. The NBA is already back. Very, very short delay since the championship game was played. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. Now, the team that I was most looking forward to see play, the Golden State Warriors, they do have their own setbacks. Draymond Green and James Wiseman were both diagnosed with COVID-19. So definitely wish those guys a speedy recovery. And we can only just go from there. But a lot of teams are going to deal with setbacks like this. At least the Warriors are getting it out the way. Phoenix so far hasn't had that. A lot of teams in the NBA really haven't had this issue. So hopefully it doesn't blow up and turn into something that's going to slow the NBA up or cost them more money. I would hate to see that. But you just have to plan for it in the time being. But we're going to wrap up the news and notes right there, man. Definitely want to give you guys a big round of applause for showing up, supporting the channel as always. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody from the Facebook page and the website that are watching this live video premiere. You guys are the ones that keep this channel growing. You guys are the ones that give me that motivation to post these videos every day and go live. So salute to you guys for doing a good job of keeping us motivated here at FYF Sports. We are out of time for the day, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the news and updates. Make sure you comment, man. If there's anything that you did agree with or didn't agree with, you want us to speak on it when we do go live, if you want us to touch on it with the live panel and some of the other members there, just let us know, man. Just let us know now, and we can definitely get that set up. But hey, until then, again, like I said before, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification to the video. We're gonna wrap this show up, and so like I said, make sure, and I don't want you guys to forget, and I've been forgetting to tell you guys, go to Facebook, join our NBA Go Talk group immediately. We need you guys in there to support the group on Facebook as well. And that should be about it. Hey, but it's FYF Sports, man. It's another great podcast episode.